All right, guys. Boy, we got beat up. We got beat up, man. We got beat up our first game. Oh man, this ain't working out how we thought it was gonna work out. Mm, mm, mm. We got a young offensive line. We got a rookie quarterback. Le'Veon Bell's hurt. Uh, Antonio Brown's out for the year. Boy, boy, oh boy, this is not working out how we thought it was going to. That's for sure. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. You got to come out.
Damn. Come on. Really? Guys, somehow we gotta try to get a win. We gotta try to get a win.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Jackson now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive.
Come on, Dirty Bird.
And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Oh, by the way, if anybody's keeping track, after week 1, the Humans 2 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions.
And I found it interesting.
Just in case anybody,
the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Keith Williamson, Spencer Crane, 2 young rookies.
Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Let's go!
Now Scarborough. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Linebackers still often control defenses, and C.J. Mosley does exactly that for his. A Pro Bowler 3 of his first 4 years. Not only can he run and hit, he diagnoses plays so well, feels them out, and makes sure his team is organized and in the right spot on each and every snap.
To throw on second down. Bird. And an alley to run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
God damn it!
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47.
Damn!
Enemy territory.
You can't fumble!
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a
Get on
big
the
play.
ground, man. Damn.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
I mean, this is crazy. We can't run it. Damn, man.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game,
the hot
they may want
dogs
to file
alone,
that
dog.
one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Off the play fake here, Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And
Come on, we gotta
almost
pick that off!
intercepted. Had a great shot at picking it
Damn!
off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So fucking
The
electric in the
Steelers
stadium.
offense now, they get ready to
Damn,
head
Dirty
back
Bird,
on
you
the
gotta
field.
hold on to the ball,
Fumble
man.
Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on second down. Bird. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's brought down, getting this one up to
read. I mean,
about
you saw the
35.
safety come up.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
We gotta be able to run the football,
They tried
guys.
a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
If we can't run the football, man, we're gonna be in bad shape.
Here we go! 1-9!
To throw on 2nd down. Bird. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best
Button,
players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Hey, Vince, man, we need you to wrap up, dog.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down, Rivers. Dumps it complete to Miller.
Hey, Vince, you gonna wrap up today?
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd? Working out of the gun, Rivers. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Tried to give him a first
It'll
down.
be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a
That's
fast
true.
start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Here's Jackson. A good...
can't do it, man. You just can't do it. You can't do it.
Return there, call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On 1st and 10, Burns. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Come on, let's go!
They'll run it now. Out of the gun. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Looking to throw. Burn. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Let's get out of bounds. Because you'll fumble.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Can't run it.
Double this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over.
Dockery that got beat. Come on, you gotta hold that block a little longer.
300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Burn. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Burn.
Good job!
He's in. Touchdown.
Good job. Good job, Bird. Good job, Dirty Bird.
Touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that
throw a
position
strike.
as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays.
The whole way to hold on to the ball because nobody make you drop that kind of stuff. Oh, look at that. You know what? Hey, look at this cheating stuff right here. Watch what he does to him. Because that ain't pass interference. They ain't pass interference at all. They ain't pass interference. And, hey, Dirty Bird, you threw that to the wrong shoulder, dog. How you... Wow.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
They don't say anything, Tabby. I mean, it's like they're just ignoring it and hoping it goes away.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Rivers on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers.
Oh, good job.
It is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk about?
Way to sniff that out. Oh, man, what was he doing? Oh, God. Dang, he tried to kill him. Hey, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. You can't hit the off. You know what? That's a penalty.
Prior to the game, their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
With it is Jackson. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Come on, let's go!
Throwing on first down. Bird. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Good job.
A good pickup there, a 22. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Take it to the second. We got to run the football.
Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Baltimore after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Got to on Ray Lewis's number. Wow.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little searching on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Oh, that's a first down. These cheating rats. Take a 4th and inches, man. He just say it's cheap, man. Look at that. Look where that ball is. Look where that ball is. There's no way that can't be a first down.
Here we go. What?
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll run it here. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And on the ground they go with a running back.
Just run it! Don't do that!
Finding a lane, he barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go. What?
From the gun, Bird. And James has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Yeah, he's got it.
Way to get it in there, Dirty Bird!
There, tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available.
Wow.
And put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
That's not a freaking crossing route, you moron. Boy, that's a little window, though, Bird. That is a little window. That is a little window, boy. You ripped it. Well, they tried to make that guy Superman, didn't they? Look at him. Look. Look where he jumps from. He jumps from the 4. The 4. Oh, yeah. Okay. Superman, and don't you know?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Let's go! Ohio!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
Good job, Eckler.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rivers.
Good job with the breakthrough.
Complete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
To throw on 2nd down. Byrd over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Byrd. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 9 on the play. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Come on, let's go!
Operating from the gun. Byrd. Forced out to his left. Oh, fighting off the defender. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Oh,
And partner, I
man.
would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Good awareness. But why they make you, you know what? He's cheating, rats. Well, because they're probably going to block the punt.
Now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And a look now at Lamar Miller. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They begin with a run by Miller, and he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep, and on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores.
Who's that?
But the running game
Is he
worked
hurt?
in that situation.
Oh, they got this guy in there. 390. Where? Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. Vanderhals, Luther Vandross. Okay.
I would continue to go in
Got to
that
play
direction.
better. Play better than that, though.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run with Henderson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. And
Good job, guys.
Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Here we go!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. And the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go. What? 90.
To throw on 2nd down. Byrne. And an incomplete pass.
Of course they make him drop it.
That'll
Of course they
stop
do.
the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Of course they make
Being
him
able
drop
to play
it.
a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll get him down here at the 23. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over. And we focus on Lamar Miller as he heads back out there and gets set to go again on offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up, get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Play fake. Rivers.
Good job, guys.
Pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Who was that, Emilio? Oh, that was Adonis. Adonis.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
On 3rd down, Miller.
Oh, damn, where's this guy at? Oh, tackling! Tackling!
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively.
That guy would have got up and took off.
Likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Cheating rats. See, look at that. Tackling! I got you ready to get up and take off. Adonis!
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ryan 38.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
All right, guys.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati, and it's the Browns who are out on top. The Browns locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Next, we'll stay in the AFC South as we fly through Kentucky and on down to Nashville to check on the Tennessee Titans. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Way to get there, Cam! Whoa, Cam!
He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
They will try to run out of this set.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Rivers.
Oh, yes, that's a safety! Oh, these cheating rats! Oh, these cheating rats!
Downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
You know what? That's a safety, man. These cheating rats. This guy's running backwards on his own. Watch this. Oh, man.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. It's fielded at the 45. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink.
And he rifles one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
To throw on third down. Bird. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Take your money.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go play action here on first down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield and curls back inside for the completion.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Left.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On play action, Rivers.
Good job.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, Nick. I see you, Nick. I see you, Nick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good job, Nick. Now y'all can double move him, but y'all can't do that to him.
Set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive. Bird on the left side. It's McDonald. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his ball forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking to throw on second.
Oh, that's an easy throw that you missed. Oh, that's an easy throw that you missed. Oh, good gracious.
His shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. He gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Bird being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw on 2nd down. Bird. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it?
Hey, Dockery, Hickory Dickory Dockery, man. You got to get out there, dog.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go! 38!
From the gun. Bird.
I want to throw my Bird!
Touchdown!
Good job, Dirty Bird!
Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal.
Good job, Dirty Bird.
How about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way...
Oh, man. Good job. Good read. Man, you still ain't throwing that ball because that's supposed to be to his outside shoulder, not his inside shoulder. I'm surprised Superman didn't turn around and pick it off. Ball's got to be to his outside shoulder.
You play when you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football, that makes big plays, and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Rivers now on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree
as
many times as you want.
He caught that?
Practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
What? They just gave this guy first down. They just gave this guy.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure
he didn't even catch the ball.
2 inbounds in the NFL.
If they cheat me on this, they better not freaking cheat me on this. Oh, I was going to say, man, God dogs. They made me use a challenge for that.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bird. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
This guy, you can't block a freaking corner. He's a corner. God, he's a corner.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Looking to throw. Bird. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Good God, these cheap
Nice
rats.
catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it.
Good read, Dirty Bird. Let's see if you put this one where it had to be. Good job. Now that's where it's supposed to be. It's good ball placement.
Inside the 35. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back.
Oh, good
And
gracious!
he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards
I see you,
that time,
Edgar.
and another first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, sometimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of it.
Oh, man, good job. Way to put your head down. Way to put your back into it. Pow! Oh, man, he thought you was, pow! He thought you was going to try to fake him out. He's like, nope. Pow!
And they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets it inside the 10.
Edgar. Okay, Edgar.
12 more yards
Okay,
there and
Edgar.
another first down.
Okay,
They're trying to show that
Edgar.
they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now's a good time for the a-la
Moves
crossing.
back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and
Now's
goal
a good
here.
time for the a-la crossing.
Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught.
All right,
at
take it to the 4th
7-yard
quarter.
line. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
A-la
Only
crossing.
3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Let's go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
Back to throw. Bird. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Your money.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Take your money.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
390.
Rivers now, the throw on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Rivers now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
380.
The first down throw here for Rivers. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Rivers. And this will be incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
390.
To the air again here. Rivers setting up the screen for Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Way to read
That'll
it.
set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. 390.
First down, Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Getting beat, Mac. Getting beat up.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set. 390.
Throwing again. Rivers.
Oh! Woo! I thought you was going to come up and pick that off.
Struggles continue.
I see you, Nick.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide open
Oh,
receivers.
Nicky, I thought you was going to come and jump that.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
Okay, all right.
But
I thought
just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rivers. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And
he tried to get
inside the
there.
20 before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable third down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
On the carry is Henderson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Rewind.
The Ravens on third down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Again, it's Miller.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set. 390.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Good job. Good job, Nick. Good job, Nick.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Good job, Nick.
Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... Yeah, you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
On 1st down, Bird. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 2nd down. Bird. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Bird. And an alley to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Come on, let's go. What?
From the gun, Bird. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
40. Yeah, 44-yard field goal. It's digging.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
Set. Lock the team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Oh, he dropped it. And
Is that
that's
you?
pretty
What was that,
indicative
Nick?
of the way this one's gone.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great...
was you, Nick. Nick, you're having a heck of a game, dog. Way to have a good bounce back.
Able to haul that one in.
Wow.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. And his throw is incomplete.
Look at Nick.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Rivers again. A right side catch by Crabtree. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
2nd down, Rivers. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
82 set. Delta. Hey, hot.
From the gun, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Adonis.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
They said, man, we ain't going to get shut out.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Hot.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
That one
What
looks
are you doing? What are you doing?
And this is going to be caught.
I didn't call. Oh my God. Oh my God. We didn't call no damn pass play. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. That could have been disastrous.
So a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, in the tight end position,
Holy
it's
shit.
now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve.
Why would, I mean,
throw one to him every
what
so
were
often,
you
but
doing?
more
I'm
mainly they
thinking,
want him
I'm
to
trying to
block.
run the ball. You drop
Nowadays,
it
it's an
back.
integral part of the
This guy got a
passing
mind
game.
of his
They
own.
create such great
Hey guy,
mismatches
hey
that
guy,
often become
hey
a
guy.
winning receiver.
Oh no, yeah, if you throw out of this set, you a bad dude. Hey, you throw out of this, you are a bad dude, and you're probably gonna get benched.
Here we go. Grand 38.
I'm trying to run the ball. This guy drops back,
Defense still
throws a
with 3
pass.
timeouts.
Wow.
We'll see if they want to use him here as the kneel down comes.
Hey guys, way to bounce back though. Way to bounce back. Way to bounce back, defense. Good job. Coach Gill out.